Why is socializing so hard? Whenever I meet people, it's awkward, I feel self-conscious, and I never know what to say. But there's still something inside me that wants to socialize. And seeing as I can't kill that part of me, for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be reading books about socialization. 7 million volumes in this library, and I cannot find the book I need. Practicing going into social settings. Low-key, I'm getting nervous. And at the end, face the final boss. A retreat with my school's photography club, where I'm going to be spending 3 days with 18 people that I don't know very well. I'm going to embarrass myself, I can feel it. Okay, so I've been reading this book called Big Friendship, and also this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I know that this book over here gets clowned on a lot for, being simple and kind of for stupid people. But it's actually quite helpful to have, these concepts formally written out. And also, I am kind of stupid. But I came into reading these books thinking these books would teach me how to become more interesting and be someone that people want to talk to. But after reading these books, I think I've been going about it all wrong. Instead of making myself interesting, I had to try to make other people feel interesting. Making other people feel interesting makes yourself interesting. Let me explain. I think all of my friends are really interesting and way smarter than I am. And I make that pretty known. And maybe one of the reasons that they're friends with me and think that I'm interesting is because I make them feel interesting. Now that's just a hypothesis, and so to test it, I'm going to be going to an open mic later today and seeing where that gets me. But before I do that, there's just one problem. How do I make people feel interesting? After reading these books, I've come up with 3 things that I can focus on. The first is body language. Albert Mehrabian, a professor at UCLA, found that 55% of communication is done non-verbally, and that when you're trying to determine the attitude of another person, what's most prominent is their body language. So I'm going to try to keep a very relaxed, confident body language, even though on the inside I might be really, really stressed, because looking like I'm really stressed doesn't really signify that I'm interested in what the other person has to say. The second thing is to ask questions that the other person wants to answer. I feel like online, a lot of the advice is just simply to ask questions. And I've tried that before, and sometimes it can low-key give like an interrogation type of vibe, which is like not ideal. I think you have to ask questions that the other person wants to answer. You have to find the thing that they're like passionate about, that they're interested in, and ask questions about that, because that's what they actually want to talk about. Now, I don't know how to do this specifically, but I guess that's the whole point of this video, to figure it out. And finally, I have to be genuinely interested in the other person. But like sometimes I'm just not that interested in other people. So I'm just gonna fake it till I make it, I'm just gonna gaslight myself into being interested in other people. Okay, just got out, low key. That did not go as brilliantly as I hoped it would. Okay, it is now the next day. I think it wasn't as bad as my initial reaction was. I just think that, the venue choice wasn't that great. I also think that I started off, on a bad note because I was just stressed, and then it just spiraled from there and I just couldn't recover from that. So I'm gonna try to be mindful of that. It is now 5:46. I'm gonna go to a board game night. Hopefully it goes a lot better than last time. Especially because, there'll be less loud music and more opportunities to like talk and social with people. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm walking over right now. Low-key, I'm getting nervous. I'm here. Hello. She could have another chapter. Okay, I'm halfway through the event. It's going on like right over there, but it's actually going really well. Okay, I'm gonna go back and I'll see you guys after the event. I just got back and it actually went really, really well. Now, I just need to figure out why. I think there were 3 things that made this event go much better than the last one. First, being that there was no loud music, so you could actually hear other people talk. Second, this was marketed as a social event, so people were much more willing to socialize. And third, we were playing board games. So whenever I ran out of things to talk about, I could always just fall back to talking about the board game and it wouldn't get awkward. So I guess the takeaway from this is that the environment you're in is really important, and you should try to find good environments where people are expecting to socialize. Okay, I'm heading to my 3rd and possibly final practice event. I'm going to be playing broomball, which is basically just ice hockey but without skates. And this time, I'm going to be focusing on what I was neglecting last time, asking questions that people want to answer. Okay, I'm late, so let's go. Oh man, this place is completely empty. To be fair, it is like 11:25 right now. Low-key, I am nervous, but I don't think I'm as nervous as I was the first 2 times. I think the exposure therapy is working. Bro, everyone's been falling. We won 4-0.
That was amazing.
I won because of my years of dedicated training to the art of room ball. Just got back. It's 3 a.m. That event actually also went really, really well. I was driving a few people home and we were just sat in the car talking for like almost an hour, really. I need a shower. I'm also so incredibly tired and like low-key emotionally drained. Okay, I'm about to go to bed, but I thought I'd update you guys with my thoughts on how the event went. When I first got back, I thought it was great. But then I was in the shower and then I started thinking, what if people were just being polite? What if they didn't actually want to talk to me? But that's a problem for later in the video. Objectively, I think it went great. At least it went way better than before I was trying to consciously improve my social skills. I do think I was lucky that other people were bringing up conversation topics, because if I had to do that myself, I don't think I could have like thought up new topics to talk about. That's probably the next thing I should work on. But for now, I'm so tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night. So the next day, I found a few of my friends that are good at socializing. Rolling. And then I asked them, how do they think of things to talk about? Okay. Well, thank you for agreeing to whatever the fuck this is. I want to ask you a few questions about socializing. Because I suck at socializing, okay? I'm really bad at socializing. And you appear to be good at socializing.
I still can't believe you think that.
You're always, talking with someone and you always seem to have something to talk about. And a lot of the times I'm in the corner and I don't know what to talk about. So, how do you figure out what to talk about?
I think it depends enormously on the person. Like, I like to sort of keep a repository in my head of amusing things and anecdotes that are kind of funny to share. This would be a funny story to tell. I wonder how to tell it.
I guess that solves the whole I don't know what to talk about problem, right?
Yeah.
Because then you just have a repository.
You have a repository of things, yeah.
That you could talk about, right?
Yeah.
Stories are a good one. If you tell good stories, it gives people opportunities to get to know you as well. Because that's kind of their goal. They want to know you as well. So it has to go both ways. I feel like ultimately if you're trying to just have better conversations, you need to have more conversations. Yeah. And even if they suck at first, it's fine.
Well, I have one more question.
Go ahead.
Which is, sometimes you're talking, right? You're talking to someone else, right? And then when that conversation goes badly, right?
Right.
Whose fault is it? This is a very important question. I need to know, right? Who's in the wrong?
No one's fault.
For killing the conversation.
No one's fault. It is both people's responsibility to keep the conversation going if you want.
Okay, so from talking with a few of my friends that I think do very well socially, what I've gathered is mainly you have to practice being social, but also specifically when you don't know what to say, the remedy for that is to just think about what you will say beforehand. That makes so much sense. It's they always have something to talk about because they've prepared it beforehand in their head. So I've been standing here trying to come up with interesting topics. And not that I have all these things prepped, hopefully when, an awkward silence happens in the conversation, I can just pull up a topic from my bag of topics. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like the right way to get better at socialization probably doesn't lie solely in thinking of stuff beforehand and writing in my little journal. But hopefully this helps, and hopefully I'll get practice over this trip. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I've finished all my prep and I'm leaving tomorrow. I am excited, but I'm also really nervous. What if everyone just hates me or something? And rationally, I know that probably won't be the case, but my emotions don't really care about that. I found that the one thing that quiets those irrational emotions is just me telling myself, I don't care how things go. I'm just here to kill some time and I'll never see these people again. The problem is this time, I will see these people again and I do kind of care how it goes. I feel like the solution is just to be more confident in myself, but for me at least, confidence requires evidence. I guess I hope that the trip will give me that evidence that I'm not completely terrible at social situations. It's like 7 a.m. We're about to leave. Here at an insanely expensive gas station. We're here. 3-hour car drive. Hey, welcome to the crib. Wait, it's actually really nice.
Wait, hi vlog.
We're here in Palm Springs. I'm not gonna lie, having a whole family take pictures between Marilyn Monroe's legs feels kind of weird. It's like really hot outside even though it's February. So we're stopping in this hotel to rest. This guy's kind of cool. The one? Okay, I'm at the Airbnb right now. It's actually going pretty well. I'm not just hiding in the corner on my phone. I think my preparation is paying off. We're going stargazing! Ah! Oh my god! Okay, we're here at stargazing. The lighting is crazy. It's like 11:30 right now. It's so late, but the vibes are here. Oh my god. I'm at the top of a rock right now, and it is so cold. But the view is so good. The socialization prep is definitely working. Like before I started actively thinking about how to socialize, there's no way I could have talked to this many people for like 16 hours straight. But as I was coming back from stargazing, I completely crashed because I was talking to people for 16 hours straight. But other people, they're like better at talking to people, so they kept on going. And then I felt like a complete failure because I had just crashed while other people were still like talking and like I just couldn't. But at the same time, being able to talk with people for like 16 hours, it's probably the longest stretch of time that I've ever like talked with people continuously. So instead of feeling like a failure for being only able to do 16 hours or whatever, right? I should feel proud that I've been able to socialize for this much. At least, that's what I'm trying to tell myself. The next day started off strong, and I tried to put all the extraneous thoughts out of my head and just focus on being present and enjoying the company of the people around me. We're at Joshua Tree! Most of the time, the barrier to me being able to socialize is just me getting in my own head. And I think on this trip, I learned how to get past that a little. It's so insanely pretty.